Hi everyone, it's me and I'm back today with another video. I am so excited how excited you guys are that I have relaunched my channel. Your feedback on my last video was so awesome and it was so great to hear from you guys and see so many familiar names in the comments and just I love being back. It is so awesome to get to interact with you guys here, so thank you for watching. And if you missed it, my last video was a chit chat get ready with me, so I'll link it down below. But today, I thought that it would be really fun to do a Q&A. So I've done Q&As in the past, but they're kind of scattered throughout my blog. I had some old YouTube videos, and then I do them sometimes on Insta stories, which I know disappear in like 24 hours. So a lot of you guys miss them. And I thought it would be fun, since I haven't been here in a while and now I'm kind of getting back into it, to do an updated Q&A and ask you guys your questions. So I got a lot of really great questions from you on Instagram. So I tried to group together as many similar ones as possible. So let's just get into it. So I want to start with this first question because it is by far, hands down, the biggest question that I got, and it was about my skincare. You guys want to know my morning routine, my nighttime routine, products I like, what natural products I've discovered, what I've been using, and all that kind of stuff. And I think because it's such an in-depth topic and my routine is so in-depth now, I am going to do my next video completely dedicated to my skincare routine so I can really give it the time and attention it deserves and really walk you through each step so that I'm not just rushing through it here and not really telling you how I do things and what products I use. So I'll do that in my next video, so stay tuned. But my next question is, I got a lot of questions about my husband and how we met. So I've said this before, but we met about 6 years ago, and I had a local home delivery service of organic juice throughout San Diego before it became Suja. And he ordered juice from me and I delivered it. So that was how we met. Another question I got related to my husband is how married life is treating me and if I feel like anything has changed. I would say married life is so much better. You think that you will feel the exact same once you're married, especially after you've been with somebody for 6 years, but it just makes everything feel so much more special. Like, knowing that you're gonna wake up with your best friend every single day for the rest of your lives is just the coolest feeling in the world. And just the level of commitment, like you've said these vows to each other and you guys like are really doing this. You've chosen to spend the rest of your lives together. It is such a special feeling that I can't really explain, but I feel very, very lucky. I love being married and it has been so much fun so far. So yes, things have changed for the better. Another question that I got was, you've created 2 successful businesses in 2 different spheres. What do you attribute that to, and what have you learned about yourself from launching Lawless that you didn't know before? I think that's a really great question, and I would attribute launching businesses, 2 businesses, to just my desire to create things and really contribute something to the world. I feel like my personality type, when I see something that there's a need for or something that I really want that doesn't exist, I'm so inspired and motivated to make it happen and like dig right in there. And I also just really love challenging myself. I like things where I don't really know what I'm doing or how I'm doing it. I just like going into the unknown a little bit. So something about like an entrepreneurial lifestyle really works for my personality type because I like feeling under pressure and under the gun and having challenges I have to solve and like really just dig in there and figure it out. And I know that probably means I have psychological issues, but I'm not denying that. I probably do. Oh, and what did I learn about myself from launching Lawless? I've learned that I care way more about the journey than the outcome. Like, when I first started working on it, I thought, oh my gosh, what if I launch this product and it sucks and nobody likes it and nobody buys it and gets horrible reviews and, you know, all these things that we tell ourselves because we are our own harshest critic. And as I kind of thought about those scenarios and walked myself through what that would feel like, I realized that wasn't scary to me. What was scary to me was not getting to experience it and being on the sidelines of life and not really getting in the game. Like, the journey to me is so much more important, and having that rewarding journey leading up to that point really is more important to me than the outcome. So I've learned that I'm okay being vulnerable, and I will put myself out there way more than I think I will, and that I can do it, you know, that we are all just human beings on this planet trying to live out our passions and dreams and goals. Sometimes it doesn't always work out, but sometimes it does. And giving yourself a chance and an opportunity to pursue those things inside of you that you feel like you want to do, and not being afraid to fall on your face, and not being afraid to face failure and look it in the face, and just know that the journey leading up to that point taught you something so valuable, whether or not it works out, is a really cool thing. And as I've gotten older, I've really gotten more comfortable with that, and really gotten more confident and less afraid of what people will think, or less afraid of failing at things. And it's a very liberating place to be. Another question that I got is, you travel so much. It seems like you're always gone. How do you plan your week and your life and build structure knowing that you're always moving? This is a great question because I do travel a lot. I would say I am gone more than I'm home, and it can be really tricky with, you know, work and having a business to run, and trying to be on social media and interacting with you guys, and seeing my husband and my dog and all those things. So it's definitely a balancing act, but I will say my personality type really thrives on variety and change, and I'm able to adapt pretty well to those things. If you guys don't know, I spend about half time in LA, and I also travel a lot personally and for work, and I really enjoy it. I mean, for me, organization is key, and I kind of learned about 2 years ago that it wasn't gonna work unless I really got on my organization game. I had come back from multiple trips in a row. My bags hadn't been unpacked. I was so stressed, and I had like a full-blown emotional breakdown in my closet. And I was like, this is it. You know, I am so excited about getting to be in all these different places and travel and see so many friends and, you know, work in this industry. But, you know, it doesn't work if I'm not organized and I don't have a schedule and a routine and a packing order and all these things. So really staying organized has solved this issue for me. Like now I look at my calendar and I know if I'm spending 3 days in LA, if I'm spending 2 days in New York, I already start writing packing lists on my computer, what outfits I'm gonna wear. I have a whole schedule planned out of what I need so I can quickly just get my stuff organized. I always have what I need. And I have a very detailed hour by hour task manager that I keep on my phone and my computer. I just use it through iCal. And I always make sure that no matter where I am, I still keep my consistent work schedule. So if I'm at a hotel or if I'm in the car, I plan my calls if I know I'm gonna be in the car. I plan all my emails if I know I'm gonna be at a hotel. I never just completely get my schedule disjointed. Another question that I got is, how do you maintain a work-life balance when you travel so much? This is a really great question because it's difficult. I don't know if anybody ever achieves balance. It's always a working, living, moving thing. My husband is super supportive and he's amazing. Like he'll come up to LA with me just to be there and know that like we get to have dinner together at night. And you know, I've learned to say no to a lot of things, and I try not to overschedule myself. And I used to be very eager. I think especially when I first started my career, I was very eager to be at everything and meet everyone and go everywhere. And now I've learned that, you know, being home with my husband and my dog and enjoying some downtime is more important than spreading myself too thin and trying to be everywhere at the same time. So I really scaled back on things and just like made sure to prioritize and staying really organized and just making sure that I schedule my work in and I schedule my home time in. And when we know we're gonna be apart for a while, or when we know that work's gonna be heavier, we both make effort to do things to offset that. So like I said, he'll come up and spend time with me, or, you know, I'll shorten my time where I have to be somewhere. Or, you know, we'll make sure that we talk on the phone like every day if I'm on the East Coast or whatever it is. So, I mean, it's hard. There's definitely nights right now that I'm in bed, you know, doing emails till midnight plus. And I don't know if that will ever end. Like, I don't have any employees. I love working for myself. I love being in every aspect of my business, and a business is a full-time thing. And I mean, I think eventually once we get going, it's gonna, you know, slow down a little bit and I'll have some help and I'll bring some people on. But right now, when you're kind of in the thick of it and the excitement of it, I'm not sure I really want work-life balance because right now I'm loving work so much that like that's what I'm choosing to do with my time. And my husband's part of it all. Like we enjoy these things together. He loves seeing me chase my dreams and pursue my passions. And he's the hugest part of my home life. And so when he's kind of on board and part of my work life and makes an effort to be part of it, it really makes it so much easier. But the short answer is I don't have like a simple answer that, you know, this is how I have work-life balance, because I don't think that that really exists for me. I think that it's something that I just work on a daily, weekly basis to ensure that I'm happy in both spheres of my life and that all of my loved ones are too. Another question that I got is, do you want kids? Yeah, of course I want kids. I think that kids are amazing and they're so much fun. I love smelling babies. I love being around babies. I love seeing my friends' babies, and you know, it's cool to see a lot of my friends around me like start to have kids and be pregnant, and it's a really amazing time in life to like kind of be at this point and see that like, wow, this is the next step. I don't want kids right now. I feel very fulfilled with what I have going on in my life, and I want to be ready when I have kids and make sure that like I'm in the right space where I can embrace it and not feel like it's hindering my life. And right now I think that I would still feel like it's a little bit of a hindrance to my schedule. So I'm not ready yet, but I definitely do want kids, and so does my husband. What are your current favorite foods, a day in the life of what you eat and drink from the moment you wake till end of day, and any new favorite vitamins or supplements you love? So I have a pretty varied diet. As you guys know, I don't eat any gluten, I have celiac disease, and I don't eat any dairy. But because I travel so much and I eat out so much, I wouldn't say that I have like a very routine eating schedule where like every morning I have oatmeal and then for every lunch I have a salad. It kind of changes depending on where I am and what I'm doing. So I mostly follow a high-fat diet, and that means I have a lot of veggies, fatty fish, eggs with yolk, avocados, oils on everything. I like to pour a lot of like olive oil on all my salads. And I do also do like tofu and tempeh and edamame and a lot of plant-based protein options as well. But I have to be pretty flexible with my travel schedule, but I would say like most days I have eggs of some sort for breakfast with avocado. For lunch I have some sort of salad with protein, and dinner I have some sort of veggies with protein. And I do drink alcohol. A lot of you guys ask how I drink when I'm out. I don't do any sugary drinks. I don't do any of those like super sweet mixed drinks. I don't do a lot of cocktails, but I'll do like a clean liquor, like a tequila or vodka with lemon juice and soda water. I'll do rosé or a dry white, but I'm not like, you know, super into the super sweet drinks, and I think that's a really easy way to sabotage your diet. So yeah, I just try to avoid a lot of processed foods. I don't eat any refined sugar. I don't do any like syrupy cocktails when I'm out. I don't do anything in a package. I eat pretty clean, but I'm also pretty flexible when it comes to like traveling, and I don't have like a super, you know, dialed in like daily meal plan. Another question I got, you seem like the happiest person I know. Do you ever get anxiety or depression? I don't really get depressed. I definitely think there have been times in my life that I have felt anxious, and I've definitely experienced depression in the past, but not now. In my older, like adult life, I'm very open with my feelings, and I'm very like in tune with my feelings, and when something feels weird or I have some emotions coming up, I really tackle it and I face it head on. I go to therapy. I have a great therapist that I talk to whenever something feels weird or I'm feeling off, or, you know, something's not sitting right with me and it's causing me to have like anxious or depressed feelings. I don't really get depressed ever anymore, and I don't experience a ton of anxiety anymore. Because I'm really, really proactive about it, and I just like hit something on the head if I feel it coming up. I figure out what's causing that. I talk about it. I'm super open with like my husband and my friends. That's the great thing. Like I have a great support system and a great group of girlfriends that I could text at any time of the day about a problem I'm having. I can tell my husband anything, and I think that just being really transparent and honest with yourself and knowing when you feel funky, when you're feeling down, when you're feeling off, and not trying to suppress it or pretend like you're fine. I'm all about like, if you are gonna have a meltdown, have a meltdown. Like, go cry, go have a total complete panic. Like, getting it out there and just facing it and dealing with it versus trying to hide it and suppress it is so important to me. And once I get it out there, I can see it for what it was. Like, that wasn't depression. That was, I had a really shitty day because I had this huge F up with my packaging coming from China, and it gave me so much stress that I started bawling, and now I'm good. I've figured it out. And so I think like kind of just being open with yourself, and don't be embarrassed or ashamed. Like, if you are feeling depressed or anxious, definitely talk to somebody. I know that there is like a real chemical issue that a lot of people have, and I don't want to downplay that at all. I know that it exists, and it's a super difficult thing to get out of, and it's not just as easy as like talking to a friend, and I get that. So in that case, like, talk to a doctor and ask for help. I think it's so important to take care of your mental health the same way that we take care of our bodies, and you know, the same way that we take a vitamin if we're deficient in something, and the same way that we eat healthy, or you know, take a antibiotic if we've got a horrible infection. You need to look after your mental health as well. So yeah, no, I don't really experience depression and anxiety, but I do definitely experience those types of feelings at times, and I address it by tackling it head on and being proactive. Another question, I would love to know what clean beauty products you use. Self-tanner? So I use a lot of clean beauty products. I would say I transition all of my like body care, hair care, and skin care to natural products. Makeup is still the challenge. That's the thing, and why I'm doing Lawless is to create clean beauty products in the makeup category that I like, that I will actually want to use and switch over from my conventional products. But yeah, I use mostly clean beauty products in my body and skincare and hair care. And so for self-tanners, my favorite self-tanner is the XXOOOO Dry Oil Body Mist. I'll link it below. That stuff is amazing. It doesn't smell like tanner. It's clear, so you can get dressed after it and not worry about it transferring. And it doesn't get on my sheets at night. And I have this thing with tanning that's like this big conundrum, because I like to exfoliate and shave my legs in the shower before tanning. But I can't shave my legs and not moisturize when I get out of the shower because it stings my skin. But with self-tanners, you're not supposed to moisturize because otherwise it will prevent the tanner from sinking in and working on your skin. So this is like the perfect answer to that problem, because I can get out and just spray the oil mist so it's hydrating my skin and not making it sting, but it's also tanning at the same time. So that's an amazing one with really good clean ingredients. But I will say, I have an olive skin tone, so I get asked about this a lot, how I stay so tan. And I am Italian. My dad is very, very dark. And so I have this olive undertone. I've had it my whole life. So I do tan easily, and I just sort of have some pigment in my skin already. So that is the main like reason why I tan easily. But when I'm feeling pale, I use the XXOOOO. How do you curl your hair? I have talked about this before, but I have completely found my holy grail hair wand, and I don't think I will ever stop using this thing. It has made my hair look so much better, with the exception of today. This is rough, I know. This is why it's back like this. She's dirty. But I'm gonna go get it, hold on. Okay, so this is the wand that I use. It's the Dry Bar, I don't know what it's called, but I will link it below. I know it has a name. This thing is amazing. Like, I used to use a normal curling iron with like a clamp, and this makes it so much more beachy and effortless and cool and not uniform. Like, before you could tell that I curled my hair deliberately. This looks like I was just running along the beach, jumped in the salt water, ran out, and I'm a mermaid now. I love this. So I think what makes this work so well is this shape, because a lot of wands, like the T3 one I know is bigger at the bottom. This one is bigger at the top. So when you hold it like this, the curl sort of like naturally gets a little bit bigger, the way that natural like waves would. So it's not super tight at the end, where you can really tell that it's like a deliberate curl. And I just take it like this and I wrap my hair around, hold it for a couple seconds, release it next. And I do this all around my head, and I always curl my hair out away from my face. So like on this side, out this way. I never curl it in because I like that sort of like wind-blown effect. But something about this just creates the most beautiful, effortless waves, and I will never, ever, ever switch from this. Unless they come out with like a better version of this, this is like my favorite hair one for life. Another question I got is, what is your favorite TV show and movie? So I'm gonna like really embarrass myself here. Just don't judge me. I don't watch a lot of TV, but the one thing that I watch is Real Housewives. And let me just say, I don't watch Atlanta and I don't watch New Jersey. I can't get down with those. I don't know what it is. Like, that takes me to a place that's a little too deep in like housewife ratchetness. It's a little rough. Those they get scrappy on Atlanta and Jersey. But New York and Beverly Hills, they're my girls. I mean, I love Real Housewives. It's the one show that I can like really get into and just like not think about anything. And even though I know I'm wasting like precious time in my life I'm never gonna get back watching trash, I don't even care. I love it so much. Right now I'm watching New York, and I will say this whole like drama with Bethany and Carol is really making me feel weird. They were like tight, and you know, if they can't make it, who can? But we'll see how it pans out. I'm just really into it right now. I think that it's fun and mindless, and that's kind of like the goal. If I'm gonna spend time watching TV, I definitely want it to just like take me somewhere else. Like, just, I wanna forget about things. I want to watch mindlessness, and I just wanna like escape. So I like Real Housewives a lot. Before Sex and the City was like always my favorite. I still watch reruns all the time. I could literally recite every single episode to you like with no help. I love them. I've got them all memorized, like every single season. And that's what I watch on planes. Like when I'm on a plane with no Wi-Fi, I have them all downloaded to my computer. So I just go through old episodes, and it just gives me all the feels all over again. Like, Carrie will forever be my favorite character on TV of all time. I just love Sex and the City so much, and I think I always will. And for movies, I love any sort of like feel-good, romantic, like sort of comedy. My favorites are probably like Love Actually, The Holiday, Something's Gotta Give, that whole like Nancy Meyers vibe. I just really love those movies. I'm not really into scary movies or action movies at all. So yeah. I like happy, feel-good movies and trashy, mindless TV. What is your biggest pet peeve with other people? I would say I have two. My biggest pet peeve is when people are obnoxiously late. Like, I get it. If you're in LA or New York, like, you get 10 minutes because traffic is so gnarly that like there's no time you can really leave early enough to beat traffic. So I usually feel like there's like a 10-minute window, but once we pass that window, I feel like it's disrespectful and like you're wasting other people's time. So I can't stand when people are like really, really late. Yeah, like Dorit from Real Housewives. Does anybody catch that? Dorit was late by 40 minutes to Teddy, and Teddy wasn't having it. But that like level of late really bugs me. I don't like when people, you know, waste my time. If you're gonna be late, just schedule another time so I can do other things in the meantime. And then I'd say my other one is just like when people act really entitled in life. Like, we're all the same, you know, we're all the same. We're just human beings here doing our thing. We're all chasing our dreams. We all have goals. Like, there's no reason that you should feel or be better than anybody else. And yeah, it just bugs me when people are really arrogant and entitled and think that, you know, they deserve everything, and I don't like that. I think that it's not a good quality, and when I sense that about people, it's a huge turnoff. My next question is, do you have an embarrassing habit? Yeah. How much time you got? I would say my most embarrassing habit is that when I'm nervous, I chew an excessive amount of gum. Like, I'm talking a lot. Like, I'm just thinking about it. If I have like an important meeting, let's say, and I'm kind of nervous about it, like I could be waiting in the lobby and go through an entire pack of gum. Like, just in that setting. Like, I look like the psycho person sitting there like eating gum, and like the wrapper's going everywhere, and I just can't like control myself because I actually can't. Like, I chew an excessive amount of gum. That's definitely like my nervous habit when I'm in a situation I kind of don't know what else to do. It's like my version of fidgeting, but just like chewing gum. So that's definitely one. Another embarrassing habit I have is that I have to constantly check myself, like if I've done things. So like I have to drive back to the house, like to make sure I've shut the garage. Even if I know I did, I have to go into the bathroom and make sure that I turned off the curling iron. Even if I'm already like pulled out of the driveway, I have to pull back in and run up. I have to go like make sure I've locked everything. Like it's weird. Maybe it's called OCD and I'm just saying it's an embarrassing habit. I don't know. But like I can't help myself. I need to like scratch that itch of like making sure and like knowing so that I can go have a good time and like relax. And it'll be so bad. Like I'll get places sometimes and be like, oh shit, I don't think I turned off the curling iron, and like call my house and make sure someone's there to like check. Otherwise I have to go home and check. I don't know. It's weird. The next question is, who is your celebrity girl crush? This one's easy. My friends know this. It's Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, hands down. She does no wrong for me. I think she is a queen. She's gorgeous. She nails every look. Her hair is perfect. Her skin is perfect. Her makeup's perfect. And I just love her whole aesthetic. I think she's got like the most gorgeous, strong features. I like how she kind of does her thing. Like she plays with trends, but it always looks like her. Like she'll take something crazy like an orange lip or like a glossy lid, but like it still looks awesome because she keeps it rosy and doesn't like do too much. So I just really like her style. I think she's got a really cool like boho chic thing going on, and she feels very like Cali to me, and obviously being in California myself, like I just gravitate to her style. I really like Kaya Gerber right now too. I think that she just has this coolest look about her. Her face is so stunning. She looks so much like her mom, but in like a different way. Her brows and her lips and just her face is so striking, and I love her style. Like she's got a slight tomboy thing going, and I definitely can get down with that. So I would say Rosie Huntington-Whiteley is like my OG, and Kaya Gerber's like my new kid on the block. What time do you go to bed? Much later than I would like. I am someone that always has the best intentions. Like I tell myself every night I'm gonna be in bed by 10, and every night I'm in bed by like 1. I work a lot at night. It's when I feel creative, so like I'll start swatching things and playing with samples and getting ideas and writing them down and like firing out emails. And I know that that's not necessarily a great thing, but I also don't like to restrict myself. Like if I'm feeling, you know, creative and inspired, like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna run with it. And so sometimes I have my best ideas at night, and I like to just like get it out. And I do think I sleep better when I kind of like get those things done at night and really like listen to where my head is going and like let it release those ideas and that creativity. So I definitely go to bed later than I'd like, but I don't mind it. I don't think it's something that I really like want to change. And I do sleep until about 6. So if I go to bed at like midnight, I get about 6 hours a night, and for me that feels really good. The next question is, you spend so much time in LA, are you moving? No, I'm not moving. I live in San Diego, and I will always live in San Diego. I love San Diego, and this is where my family is. This is where my husband is. I love being by the beach. I love that it's a little bit more laid back and chill, and there's more space. There's a little less traffic. So I won't be moving to LA, but I do spend about half time there, and for me it's like the perfect balance. Another question that I got a lot is, what is your workout routine? So it's not really a routine, we'll say. I have really like lately had to be flexible because things have gotten so busy and crazy, and I would say that I just squeeze things in when I can. I try to be active every day, but I don't really do anything that's too strenuous or like kill myself working out at the gym. I don't even go to the gym. I have an elliptical in my room, so like I'll hop on there for 15, 20 minutes in the morning. I do yoga. I try to do yoga twice a week. And I walk a lot. Like I walk around my neighborhood, I walk on the beach. Like when I'm in New York, I'm walking everywhere. So I would say like it's general, just like daily making sure I'm getting movement. But right now I don't really have like a defined workout routine. I just do what I can when I can. And YouTube's actually a great source. Like I'll YouTube sometimes like 15-minute ab workout, like if I've got some time in the day. And that's actually a really great way to find some workouts and squeeze something in. I'm a firm believer that like something's better than nothing. You don't have to say, no, like I'm only doing an hour of heavy hardcore cardio, or like nothing because it won't be a workout. Like, it totally will be. You can do 20 minutes of something, 15 minutes of something. Just like making sure I'm being active throughout the day and eating well is kind of like my whole diet workout philosophy. So that's my not routine. What is the hardest part about being on social media? The hardest part for me, because I wouldn't say that I'm like a full-time blogger or influencer or whatever you want to call it. I am working so much. Like during the day, I have so many calls and meetings and like actual work things to do that it's not exciting, that I'm not gonna Instagram, that I'm not gonna like record other people that I'm meeting with and like freak them out. So there's a lot of my day that I really can't put online. So managing all of that and creating content while also like getting things done in my work life is definitely a struggle. And I would say the hardest part is also just like opening yourself up for criticism and scrutiny. When you post yourself on the internet, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, whatever you use, you can't control other people. You're putting yourself out there for the world to pick apart. And I get so many beautiful, lovely, kind, uplifting comments, and it's really inspiring to me to see how wonderful women can be to each other. But occasionally I'll get that nasty comment, and that can be tough because I'm a sensitive person, and I think sometimes I like to believe that the world is all a wonderful, kind place, and it's not. I definitely had anxiety about even like relaunching my YouTube channel just because you never know, like this is my voice, this is my personality, like I'm really showing you guys who I am, and it's different from like an edited photo that I've put through filters and that I can choose a fun caption and make it pretty. This is me, and that's scary sometimes. But I also think that I've learned after being online for such a long time that the people leaving nasty comments are not happy people. And I do see that it takes a lot for somebody to sit there and write something nasty. I can't even imagine ever doing that in my lifetime. And it means that they're not in a good place. And it is not about you. And that's just what I try to remember. And it makes it so much easier for me because I know that that person just needs some love and some light and some guidance, and something's going on with them that's causing them to leave that comment. So I just like to, send them good vibes and positive energy and hope that they get to a better place in their life where they don't feel the need to spread hate and negativity and tear people down. Another question that I got is, do you ever not wear makeup? No, I do not. Yeah, so I do wear makeup every day, and it just makes me feel good. It's like something I can do for myself that I enjoy, and it's like very peaceful and cathartic for me to sit down and do my makeup alone in my vanity. So yeah, I wear makeup every day, and I will say, if you are a makeup lover, don't let anybody tell you that you wear too much makeup or that your makeup looks are too crazy or that you shouldn't wear makeup to the gym or whatever. I mean, it's makeup. It washes off at the end of the day. Have fun, be creative, and do whatever the hell you want with your makeup. I think that's one thing. Like, sometimes people are like, wow, you wear so much dark eye makeup, or do you ever like scale down, you always have a smoky eye? And it's like, if I feel like I look good and that makes me happy and feel confident with myself, rock it. The next question is, have you had Botox or fillers? No, I haven't, but this goes back to having the phobia of people touching my face. Yeah, it really scares me to do anything to my face, but ask me in 10 years, who knows? I mean, I might be totally like ready to just get it fixed, if I've got some wrinkles happening. I'm definitely starting to see some things change, like my makeup settles into my smile lines way more than it used to, and my wrinkles under my eyes are definitely like starting to get a little bit more exacerbated. But that's just aging. I think that it can be a really awesome thing on some people, but no, I am way too freaked out to do Botox and fillers at this stage of my life, but I think that that could always change depending on how my aging process plays out. The next question is, you seem so comfortable on camera. Have you always been that way? No, and I'm not even comfortable right now. I mean, it's always a little bit like awkward. I'm sitting here talking to a camera. You guys aren't here. You're gonna see this. I'm gonna have to watch this back to edit, and like, it's kind of awkward, but at the same time, like, it's really not that uncomfortable. Like, I've gotten way more comfortable with it than I used to be. Like, you guys know I can't have anybody here when I film. Like, I can't have my husband around. It really freaks me out. There's been like a couple times during this video I've thought I have heard him walk through the door downstairs, and I'm like, like, don't come up here. So yeah, I mean, it's weird like when you think about those things, like other people are gonna see this and other people like might be in the house listening to me, but I wanna be here chatting with you guys, so that's what I'm doing. This is me. I haven't always been comfortable on camera. I haven't always been public speaking. I think that I come across way more comfortable than I actually am. And I am getting better though as I'm getting older. I think it's a confidence thing, it's an age thing, and it's just like practice, and I've done it so many times at this point that I'm getting in a little groove and it feels good. What is your favorite eye makeup remover? So I actually don't use any like typical makeup removers. I use oils pretty much exclusively, and I don't like to use coconut oil. I know a lot of people like to use coconut oil. Coconut oil is so comedogenic, you guys. It is number 5 on the scale of comedogenic ratings, and 5 is the highest. So I use argan oil typically, and it is like a 1 or a 0 on the scale. It's completely non-comedogenic, I'm sure. And I just put that on my eyes, and then I take a makeup wipe and I wipe that off, and then I cleanse my face. And that really helps remove all my makeup, and I just feel like the oil really helps break down the product without tugging or doing anything weird. It doesn't make my eyes sting, and it conditions my lashes, and just like really is good for your skin. A lot of the chemicals in makeup removers freak me out. It's like, I've had some before, like that Neutrogena one used to sting my eyes. Like I would use that in high school and I'd be like, ah, like my eyes would be on fire. And I don't know what's in that kind of stuff, but I prefer to keep it as clean and simple as possible. So I just use argan oil. And if I don't have that, like I'll just use a makeup wipe of some sort. Like I've been loving the Korres Greek yogurt makeup wipes. Those are really beautiful. Even like some micellar waters. I like the Kudali micellar water, but I do like to keep it as simple as possible for removing eye makeup and just take my time. Do you ever do any meetups? It's funny you ask, because I actually have one this week, my very first one at Fashion Island in Newport at Neiman Marcus. I totally love the idea of meetups. I think it would be so cool to meet you guys. It's like the best thing ever to get to like DM you and talk to you online. So I think meeting you in person would be 10 times better. And I feel like you guys are all my friends, and we're all kind of like the same. I can tell like a common thread amongst all of my like followers and readers and subscribers, and just the messages I get from you guys. Like you're all into the same stuff. You all seem like really cool chicks, and I think we would have a really good time. So I would love to do meetups, like when I'm traveling. Maybe I'll do some in like New York or, you know, Austin or Chicago or LA, and just try to like meet you guys and plan little fun, like, I don't know, coffee dates and things that we can do so we can get to like chat real time. Yeah, I think that'd be really fun. So hopefully in the future. Okay guys, I think that I will leave this here. It was so much fun answering your questions. Some of you guys had some really good ones, and I'd love to do more of these. So if you like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment below letting me know. And leave any other questions that I missed or didn't answer, and I will try to do a part 2 of this. So like I said, my next video will be my skincare routine, so stay tuned for that. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of the day. Thank you for spending some time with me here on my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.